it's probably.
And why is it important for you to be here today?
Because our whole society is built on science. Everything we do, everything we have, everything you see around us was built on scientific principles. That's worth marching for.
Why is it important for you to be here today?
It's important for us to be here today to assert that people who are in the LGBTQ community have a place in the sciences, and that we have contributed to the sciences historically. And we want to make sure that we support our community members who identify as queer and who are in the sciences to be a whole person and to be healthy and happy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's important to be here today in the March for Science because we've got to think about our planet, our children in the future and stuff. We are here with the Santa Clara County Democratic Party today. We're registering voters and hopefully educating people in what they need to do in the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
San Fernando, you're right. No,
Why is it important for you to be here today?
you know, really to support science. I mean, the Silicon Valley is
You're right.
based on science. I mean, we started long ago dealing with the space program,
So I'm
and
standing-
I just want to keep up
We'll just meet over there.
the science as our base out here.
That sounds good.
I think it's
All
really
right, I'll
important
see you
for
there.
the community here and for
Bye-bye.
the economy and for the country, actually.
It's important for me to be here because I think as a Christian, I think that our Christian values can also work with scientific principles. And I think we need to hold on to that. And we have to hold on to the truth and the facts and the scientific facts.
Well, thanks for coming out,
May I
girls.
ask why you're here today?
I'm here because science is awesome and important to the interests of America,
And
I
you feel
think
it is
it's
under threat because?
our current leadership is putting a lot of people in their administration that have their own personal interests, not what's best for America in mind.
Why is it important for you to be here today?
Why is it important? Because this is our planet. This is the one planet we have. We have to protect her. We have to do what we can to fight for truth and for the world we live in.
And the meaning of your sign?
Oh, it's the last word of the Lorax book. Unless we do something about the destruction of the earth, unless we plant seeds and trees, then we're going to destroy the earth. But so it's this hope that, you know, unless we do something, we're going to destroy our only home.
You live here in Silicon Valley?
Yes, we do.
And you feel this message is particularly important now and here?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Why is it important for you to be here?
Oh, because I'm very disappointed as to what's happening with our EPA, with people's belief in science, and we really need to turn things around. There's one thing that is in the pyramid. It is the fact that our climate is changing. The atmosphere is becoming thinner, and this is why we're having such violent weather storms as you see in the Midwest.
And your sign is important for you because?
Because I believe that unless we speak out against the current regime and its determination of destruction of facts,
Yes.
it's just going to continue.
Hello?
What does that mean?
Why are you here today?
Shut him up?
Why are you here today?
Because the idea that someone who is so clueless about so many things would have opinions about things he knows nothing about, especially including climate change, is so outrageous. It's hard to hold your head together.
And you, sir?
Evidence-based policy.
Would help.
Yeah.
Thank you. why is it important for you to be here today?
Pardon me?
Why are you here today?
Because I'd like there to be a planet for my children to live out a normal lifespan.
Okay, let me get your sign.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, how cute.
Why is it important for you to be here today?
It's important just because I think everyone should be aware that climate change is real.
Okay. And you feel that our government does not quite know that?
I think they know that, they just have their own agenda. They want to do what's better for their pockets than what's better for the people.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a good day.
Sir, why are you here today?
Well, let's read the sign. So we didn't get to the moon by using alternative facts. My father was a scientist and an engineer for NASA, and he sent magnetometers to the moon. Okay? And you don't get there without respecting education and science. So it's really important. The things that our government is defunding right now, like the EPA or NASA or NOAA, these are things that actually provide economic prosperity and jobs. So I'm encouraging our leadership to embrace STEM and real education and put real money into it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Why are you here today, sir?
Well, I believe that, science is our future and that it needs as much support as it can get. Because I owe a debt of gratitude to science because, it saved me when I was diagnosed with rare genetic disorder, and I think it needs all the support it could get. And science is legit. So, yeah, thank you.
This is where we had Easter dinner with cousins a few years ago.
What is the meaning of this?
Oh, this is we're the Crystal Gems. We're the Crystal Gems.
It's
We're
from
from the
a cartoon.
Comic-Con, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Steven Universe, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, are we on TV?
Yes.
Hello.
Samantha, he wants your sign.
Oh.
Any comments?
Knowledge is power.
Science makes America great.
Thank you.
I went to San Jose State University. Oh yeah. Hi.
Hi, what are you?
I'm a bear.
I figured. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I know.
Scientists resist tyranny?
Yes.
Explain.
It's a sign, but I think the sign explains itself, doesn't it?
Yes. Thank you. Quakers believe in science?
There's an assumption that
Quakers
I'm here.
believe in science?
Yeah. These assumptions hurt me at a personal level.
Why are you here today, sir?
Marching for science.
Pardon?
Marching for science.
Changing the environment to the point where entire species are being eradicated is corruption. Use your voice, because my children, your children, our children's future depend on it. Thank you.
One more time! Our next speaker, I'm very pleased to announce, was recently named Stud of the Year by All Women Everywhere. You know him as the Bad Astronomer. He also is the head science writer for the new show Bill Nye Saves the World, Phil Plait.
honest as a scientist, everything she said was correct. I want to get a picture of the crowd, but of course now my phone's not working. Technology. I think it was Adam Savage who said, the difference between fooling around and science is writing it down. So, as a scientist, I decided to write down what I wanted to say because I thought it was too important to actually get it wrong. Because we're all here because we love science. And this may shock you, I love science as well. I always have, my whole life, literally since I was a little kid. Now, I was into dinosaurs and I was into astronomy and all that stuff, the usual cliches. And I loved the exploration of it, the discovery. And it was later in life when I learned to love the process, the doubt that gets injected, the desire to find where your idea may be wrong, where your observations and experiments might be flawed, and where your conclusions and even your thoughts going into the process itself could be swayed by bias. It's hard, it's damn hard, but I've tried to live my life applying those same critical thinking skills to everything, including my politics. Now, sadly, thank you, but sadly that is not a two-way street. While we might all try to be scientific in our politics, politics has not been quite so kind to science. Stop me if you've heard this before. These two fields of human endeavor start from different perspectives. So some tension can be expected from that, especially if politics to you is more important than facts. Politics and the political process don't have to be antithetical to science and the scientific process, but they can be. And once they start down that merry path, all bets are off. Politics can twist science and can twist the scientific process itself, especially when the funding for science comes from the government. Hey, don't like climate change? Question the scientists, question their motives, cherry pick the data. Do you think the Earth is 6,000 years old? Well, then do the same thing and mandate it be taught in school. Who needs that First Amendment? Yeah, boo, thank you. Don't think vaccines are effective? Play up the bad data. Rely as much on anecdotes as you can and ignore study after study showing their efficacy. Okay, you're applauding what the deniers are doing, so I'm just pointing that out to you. Yeah, boo, there we go, thank you. These attacks on science are motivated by various factors. Ideology sometimes, or perhaps fossil fuel funding, say. But the result is the same no matter what the impetus. Denial of reality. And once you embrace that denial, it needs to be sustained despite all evidence against it. And the best way to do this is to accuse the scientists of doing what the accusers, what the deniers themselves are guilty of. Falsifying data and coveting funding. You hear that a lot. And then comes the greatest hypocrisy of all. Whoa, this one. Politicians saying that science has become political and partisan. They themselves made it that way. Let me ask you, and this is, think about this. Is a gun inherently political? In and of itself, not really. It's a tool. It's just a thing. But if I walk with one openly down the street, you can be damn sure I'm making a political statement. Is a uterus political? You wouldn't think so, but apparently having one and deciding based on copious evidence how it should be used is making a political statement. Is skin color political? It is when it's used to marginalize and suppress. Is science political? We'd like to think it isn't. But the conclusions of science often run counter to what people want to believe. And that perforce thrusts science into the political arena. And mind you, science is done by scientists, by humans. This is what a lot of people, even scientists and some skeptics, tend to forget. Keep politics out of science. Yeah, right, we can carve that on its headstone. Keep politics out of science. I'll ask climate scientists if they agree with that. Don't let gender and identity politics interfere with promoting science. I'll ask women and people of color and marginalized groups how they feel about that when they can't do any science because of the political climate, and no one will listen to them or lift a finger to help them. Perhaps no tool is political in a vacuum, but science doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's an endeavor performed by humans, and as such, it is, has been, and ever shall be politicized. And there's more to it than that. This Congress, this president, haven't just politicized science. They've weaponized it. They've used it against itself and organized against it. They are threatening our very existence as a nation and as a species, not just due to their denial, but from their active attacks on science. That is correct. We have to stop this. We have to stop this. We are the lovers and the doers of science, the supporters of science and the scientific process. We have to make our voices heard. We have to speak up and we have to vote. When it comes to science, facts do not speak for themselves. They need advocates. Be those advocates. Thank you.
Go play, everybody. It's welcome, please, Dr. Jose Cabrera and some
Why are you here
of his
today?
SACNA students.
I am here because I think we need to make our political decisions based on facts, and I think science is being underfunded, ignored, and that's not a safe way to lead a country.
You know, it's funny, when I meet someone new, I'm rarely asked who I am. Rather, I am asked what I do, as if what I do is my identity.
Why are you here today?
Science is important.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Why are you here today?
We are part of an organization called Tafes of Science, and what we are hoping to do is to continue science advocacy after the Science March today. What we're doing is we are bringing scientists from around the world, Stanford, UCSF, Ireland, London, everywhere that you could think, to come and speak to people that are from a non-technical background and talk about what they do. We want to make scientists accessible to everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When it comes to science, facts do not speak for themselves. They need advocates. Be those advocates. Thank you.